Hey yo everybody, back once again with the cooking videos. So today's recipe is inspired by something I saw recently. One of my friends posted a picture of Mountain Dew Doritos, and I was like, I gotta eat these. I don't know if they're real, I don't know if they're fake, but I'm gonna make them and I'm gonna eat them. So this is my first attempt at making tortillas, because instead of making tortilla chips, I thought I'd start with the tortilla and see where it went from there. So yeah, we got flour, we got oil, we got salt. That's about all we need from right there. I'm adding a little bit of spirulina because I didn't think the Mountain Dew was quite going to make the color. And now we're adding the liquid. Splash of that there, pouring it in, and mixing it up. Now the first thing I noticed was that there's some funkiness going on with the color. It's not quite the nuclear green that I'm used to in a Mountain Dew. But it's mixing up pretty well. Like, it's looking dough-like, so I feel like, okay, we're probably in okay shape right now. So the next step is to put some flour onto the counter. This will keep it from sticking to the counter. But you know what it won't do? Keep it from disappearing. Just watch. It's the same color as the countertop. Oh my god, you have to come see this.
I'm coming.
Where's the tortilla?
Oh!
Where's the tortilla? It's the same color.
My goodness.
What? Yeah, there's no way I could have planned for that. Just the right amount of Mountain Dew, just the right amount of spirulina, and just the right amount of other ingredients to absolutely make the same color as my countertop. I don't get how I did it. I don't think I could do it again on purpose. Alright, so after I scraped the counter off of the counter, I tried again on a Silpat, which is a silicone baking mat that makes things stick less. I was hoping if I had something a little bit more slidey, it would keep it from sticking to the mat.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
I know, there's a lot of people very disappointed that I'm about to eat what I just made. Even I can't believe it. The results were predictably bad. But, we gotta try again. More butter in the pan, keep it from sticking. More dough on the mat. This time I'm gonna start with a little bit of a thicker pat. I'm gonna put more flour on my hands so it doesn't stick as bad. I'm gonna brown up the flour a little bit more. I think one of the reasons I'm having such difficulty with this part of the tortilla is A, I never made tortillas before. I don't know if that's obvious. It might be obvious. B, there's no egg or anything in there that would really keep it from sticking together. So I just have this like splat of dough. There's no strong gluten formation. There's no protein binding it together. It's just sad flour paste. But here I am, using my spackle skills to patch it back together. Add a little more flour on top. It's gonna taste horrible. It's gonna burn, but you know what? It's gonna hold. Just like I'm repairing a wall. And in the meantime, the back is cooking. I think once the back gets cooked, I got, a little bit of a flip. And then I burned myself because I gotta make sure it's hot. So I'm gonna let it cook there for a minute longer. Try to keep everything together. It's not looking amazing, but at least this is twice as good as attempt number 1. So we're gonna see. Out it comes. Alright, next up is the burrito fill-in. Now, when I initially made this idea, I was thinking this was gonna just be a straight garbage Mountain Dew tortilla chip recipe, but it evolved a little bit from there. So I grabbed whatever veggies I had. I didn't have a ton, but we got some stuff here. Starting off with a red pepper, trying to chop it with this tiny, tiny knife, but it's just, that just ain't doing the trick. So clearly it was time to bring a little bit more firepower. This is my favorite knife, straight from Japan. Oh yeah, this is a soba making knife called a Sobakiri. It's pounds of steel. Yeah, anime helps. Let's try that again. See if we get that same anime power going.
もう死んでいる。何？
You know, in the original for that, he says, "I can't believe my head's exploding." Speaking of head exploding, we're adding some mango Mountain Dew. This is the basting liquid that's going to steam everything together, give it some flavor. Got to kick it up with some Mountain Dew, though, because that's how we do. Liquid, when you're cooking like this, really keeps everything together, keeps things steaming, makes things cook a little bit better. We're going to throw in some onions after the peppers, because the peppers take longer to cook. So we don't want to cook everything at the same time, otherwise we'll get mushy onions or uncooked green peppers. We don't want that. While those are steaming, I'm peeling some tomatillos. We're washing them up a little bit. They're not necessarily going to all go in here. We're going to chop them up a bit. Yeah, it ain't working. It ain't working. There we go. There we go. We're getting sciencey with it now. Keeping our fingers out of the way. Dicing it up. If we were feeling real fancy, we'd try to keep it real even. Because the more even it is, the better they'll cook. Alright, so some are going in there. We'll keep some for the side. A little lime, a little salt, make things go a lot better. A good trick to know is if you're boiling something or stewing something, a little bit of something acidic like lemon, lime, vinegar, even like tomato sauce, something like that with a bit of acidity will brighten everything up. Now this lime is old as hail, so I'm having a real hard time getting the juice out of it. Chopping it into quarters, squishing it, works real good. Biting it, and then spitting the juice onto it, I also totally recommend it. It's what they do at every McDonald's. So don't worry about it. It's totally natural, totally healthy. Good for you. Alright, so that's simmering. While you weren't looking, I throw in some frozen chicken that's already been cooked. Just add some extra goodness in there. So what I'm doing here is this trick that I kind of know how to do, but I got the wrong cup for. It's how you peel a mango without a knife. You get it a little bit started and then you use the edge of a cup to slice off the skin. And then once you get all the skin sliced off, you can use that same edge of the cup to actually get all the fruit off of there. Now, I'm not having the best time doing it, but I'll tell you, it got way more fruit than other ways I've done before, where you're just trying to knife it apart. Alright, so now we're making the sauce. First thing that's going to go in, gotta be the mango. Then we're going to add those leftover tomatillos, squeeze a lime, and whatever else we want to find. The sauce's job is to highlight all the flavors we already got going. So the best thing I could use to highlight is some pico fruto. Now pico fruto is kind of like pelo de pepe or any of those like chili, salt, lime combos. I'm putting enough in there to have some oomph. I think so many times people put too few spices in there and then they expect to have good spicy flavor, but you gotta be bold with it. You gotta just chuck it in. Of course, a little Mountain Dew to make it all liquidy. Gotta keep things clean. And now it's time to assemble. So we got our tortilla. We're gonna load up a batch of the peppers as soon as I get the camera in position here, because you gotta see how to assemble this. Yeah, tortilla, insides. Get that all ladled on there, and then a drizzle of the sauce. Oh yeah. Now a little bit of cheese, because who doesn't like cheese? We're just gonna slap that on there. Add some saltiness. Wrap it up. And now it's time to eat. Look at that gorgeous thing. Mountain Dew burrito. Okay, we finished. Now I have an authentic Mexican burrito infused with the delicious flavor of Mountain Dew. I don't see how this can go wrong. I mean, it's got Mountain Dew in every bite. I followed a recipe for the tortillas. I found some chicken in the back of the freezer, so let's eat. First thing that hits you, big sour. Big sour. Not terrible. Not the worst thing I've ever eaten. The dough is a little doughy. It's kind of like Play-Doh. This is not the worst thing I've ever eaten. It might be because I haven't eaten today. Almost forgot my chips.